Hey, good evening, everybody. 6 o'clock here, Central Time. Happy to be with you. Thanks for joining us. Got some really, really exciting stuff to talk to you about this evening. Trading related, going back to our roots. That's where we belong, right? There have been some incredible uh, advances made in trading algorithms, bots, and so forth, and we're going to talk about those this evening. Please, everybody, mute yourselves. Um, you know, this really brings up some emotional stuff for me. Um, I talk to a lot of people every single day, and one of the main things that people like to talk about is, or don't like to talk about, I should say, is failure. They talk about, how much they want success, how much they want to win. And what I've discovered in my life is that for every big success that you have, there are at least 100, hundreds, sometimes even thousands of failures that precede a big win. And so I actually embrace failure. Um, when I have a failure, and I've had plenty, I know that it's one step closer to a big win. And I want to illustrate that for you right now before we go into the details of what we're going to present tonight. Wag, if you'll advance to the next slide. Um, these are images of me in different locations, Las Vegas, Denver, Austin, Texas, presenting. This was like 13 years ago, right? I was doing this, and we had created a robot. You can see it says no human required, fully automated NinjaTrader 8 strategies. That was back in the day when all we worked with were we developed custom NinjaTrader strategies. But what's interesting about this is this was before AI. This was when we took a series of indicators, lagging indicators, of course, because all indicators are lagging. They all show us what happened previously in the chart. And we try to predict based on historical data what might happen in the future. And so we did a lot of testing with moving averages. Jay Offner's on the call with us. You remember it that far back. Rebecca's here. She remembers those things from back in the day, and probably a number of other people that are here with us this evening when we were doing NinjaTrader and we were developing automated systems for NinjaTrader. But my point is that back then you have to start somewhere, right? And it reminds me of Elon Musk, with the rockets that he's launching. And we just had another one that crashed down in the ocean. It was intended to, but you have to test. You have to crash and burn. You have to have lots of failures before you actually get to the point where you have a success. And this is a great example of that because we were doing the best we could with the technology that was available at the time to develop really, really good automated systems. And we had quite a bit of success with them. But the problem with automated systems, with algorithms, with trading robots, is that they cannot adapt to the changing situations. Now, let me illustrate this another way. You may remember Dan, who traded gold for us, right, last year. And we were up like 235% with him when he crashed and burned. And the account was blown. Most recently, we were trading for, what was it, like 11 months with the golden edge, and we were up 721%. Fortunately, most of you took profits along the way and you didn't get burned. Okay. But regardless, we still lost in the end, right? And those people that didn't take out their seed capital lost it all. There were very few of those, thank goodness. However, when you're up 721%, we know we got to take our profits. Now, the reason that happened was the Iran war started and the trader did what you would expect him to do, right? He stuck with his plan. He continued to trade as normal, and he didn't take into consideration this one enormous event that was taking place geopolitically. And as a result, we lost money. Now, like I said, and I want to reiterate this, almost everybody got out without getting hurt. But still, when you're up that much, it really hurts a lot when you lose. The point being, back in the day when we were developing these NinjaTrader 8 strategies and NinjaTrader 7 strategies, we would do extremely well for a good period of time until something happened in the marketplace that caused all of these indicators to not do what they were supposed to do or to go off the chart. And we had no control over that. We would have these automated systems that would continue trading through events. And if the person who was in control of the algorithm at the time didn't have the sense to turn the thing off and wait for things to settle down and go back to normal, then you could experience losses. And so we had moments like that. Now, what happens, over time? Well, over time, what has happened is you may have seen on Facebook and all over the place, all over social media, how AI robot trading is all over the place. And so what has happened as AI has taken over, AI has done a really good job to be more adaptable to changing situations, but you still can't predict the future, right? You still can't do that. But what would happen if there was an algorithm, an AI robot that could read the news, that could keep up with current events, geopolitics, those kinds of things, and intervene if necessary so that you wouldn't have those big crash and burn moments? Well, AI has achieved a level of sophistication where it actually can do things like that. All right. Unfortunately, it wasn't me and my team who developed it, but that doesn't really matter. The only thing that really matters is that we know it exists now. We're involved with a company that has brought it to the market, and that's what we're going to talk about this evening. So, point being, we had successes and failures throughout the past. And if we had quit back in the day, if we had stopped working on AI, working on algorithms, working in the trading environment, we never would have recognized an opportunity like this one that we have in front of us right now. So I'm really, really glad that we have a deep understanding of robot trading, algorithmic trading, AI trading, whatever you want to call it. This is referred to as agentic trading. So let's just read the definition of agentic trading so that we understand where we're going forward from this slide here. Agentic trading uses autonomous AI systems, plural systems, that coordinate multiple specialized agents, such as academic researchers, backtesters, and risk managers, to research, plan, and execute trading strategies without human intervention. It shifts AI from basic chatbots, which we just talked about, to self-governing workflows designed to scale trading research and discipline. How agentic trading works, unlike trading algorithmic bots, which we just talked about again, that follow rigid, this is very, very important, that follow rigid single parameter rules. Agentic trading systems use large language models to construct and adapt to complex market environments. This is a paradigm shift in trading, a paradigm shift in robotic and algorithmic trading. Over the last 2 years, and we've noticed this because we see in the news, we see these gargantuan data centers being put up all over the country and all over the world. That's what's running this. That is how, over the last 2 years, these gigantic leaps in trading algorithms have been accomplished. And that is what Waggy is now going to go into detail for you. He's going to break it down in graphic detail, show you the efficacy of it all, how it all comes together, how it came together in this moment for us. And then we're going to wrap it up with inviting you to join us for $20 USDT. So with that, I'm going to introduce you to my partner and good friend, Waggy. Waggy, would you take it from here, please?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Scott. What's up, everybody? Really great to see you all here. Let's absolutely get straight into it. With this particular, product, with this bot, this AI bot, right? It's powered by a smart contract, interacts with that. You deposit your agent balance, it's called. So each bot that's trading is called an agent within this ecosystem, and you can actually withdraw the profits directly to your DeFi wallet. And I've seen this done personally. You know that I've been testing this for us. It's happened in minutes. So just to first of all show you while we're going through these slides, I'm actually going to go over and I'm going to make a withdrawal right now. And by the time I finish these slides, we're going to go back and check if it has dropped into the DeFi wallet I have up on my phone on the left. This is MetaMask, okay? And inside here is Quantum Alpha, which you guys will learn about in the slides here. But let me just demonstrate this for a second. I'm going to click withdraw profit. The profit available is $38.32. You can see here in my Tether USD balance on the BNB chain, there's only 67 bucks in there, okay? So now that I've clicked that, there's a little timer come down, and we'll come back after that and we'll see if it's done what it's done always, which is just withdraw these profits within minutes straight to my wallet. You can see my wallet's connected up here, right? So that's what happened. So we'll come back. Just remember these balances. You could see a total of $2.11 inside of my whole wallet. We've just withdrawn $38.50. So we should see $40.61 or something like that, right? Once we get back. All right. So these AI agents is what I'm calling them, right? They execute trades on chain autonomously 24/7. We're in Forex, we're really used to 23/5. This is 24/7, so that's pretty cool. And it's built inside what's called the Aurum ecosystem, right? Aurum is the umbrella company that houses these AI agentic trading bots. And the great thing about Aurum is that it's very secure. It's a decentralized infrastructure. We love our DeFi stuff. And the bot that is inside Nero right now, which is the overall product for all these other bots that are coming. Quantum Alpha is the first one that is live now, and it's the first Nero agent. There's further AI bots to come. And the great thing about this AI, trading bot market, or the AI market overall, agentic AI market, is that we're in a multi-billion dollar industry here. So you think about Forex, we're in a multi-trillion dollar industry. This one's a multi-billion, but not only that, it's growing exponentially. So in 2025, the agentic AI market was valued at 7.29 billion. And as we get to, the projections for 2034, we're looking at $139 billion industry. So it's nice that we're kind of early in this, right? To say the least. So the stuff that I have experienced with Nero and specifically Quantum Alpha is what's really clear. It is exactly what they say on the tin. The full control is always yours with this AI agentic trading bot. Okay. So Nero connects directly to your wallet, as you've briefly seen, right? There's no deposits into centralized platform. We're on a decentralized platform, and you can actually withdraw profits within minutes in some cases. So the other benefits of this, there's no lockup at all of your capital. Okay. So we've also got videos and stuff to show this to you guys, but there is a way to just close out and withdraw your full seed capital, and it deposits straight into your DeFi wallet, your own back pocket, within 48 hours. Why does it take 48 hours? It's got to close out all the trades before it gets to a point of becoming liquid again to give you your full withdrawal. I did that the other day, had the full withdrawal plus the profit straight in my DeFi wallet on at the end of that 48th hour. So again, it does exactly what it says it will do, which is great. So the historical growth so far of particularly the quantum alpha bot inside Nero that we're looking at, I've seen it so far historically at doing 1% per day in trading returns. The mechanism of it as well is that it releases half of that 1% to you in your withdrawal wallet. So there's a withdrawal side of it, and it shows you your total gain of all time. So, you could say 0.5% daily. You can withdraw as you wish. It kind of goes for a monthly target of around this 20 to 30% plus this particular agent, right? Depending on the strategy, that will change. The performance fees are only taken from profits. Now, there are performance fees involved. We are all used to those. And we know that performance fees are only taken from profits, not from capital. Okay. 24/7 autonomous execution, as we've established. So we're trading around the clock, right? Each and every week. And like you can also compound this thing if you want, right? So good friend of ours who introduced this as well has I've been following suit almost with what he's doing now, close to it. Because once he told me he'd wait for his profits, to like roll 3 days over inside the Quantum Alpha bot, inside Nero. He'd just withdraw those 3 days profits and chuck it back into the bot. By doing that, he has actually added another 20% into his rolling month. So rather than going for like that, having that 30% gain in a month, he's actually getting to about that 50%, right? You could do this any way you want. You can withdraw daily and put it in. You can do it every 3 days like that as well. And then you can otherwise just withdraw the profits every day. It's unlimited what you're able to do with this thing, but ultimately it's very liquid and gives us a lot of opportunity to either compound or work with a certain amount that you want to be at to get that daily profit you're looking for. So the you're probably thinking about who's behind this, right? And this is like where the credibility really comes in. And we have an associate who's associated with Brian Benson. I've just seen the withdrawal come through, by the way. Before, let me just go over and show you real quick. I was going to show you guys this later, but seeing as I just seen it come in my wallet, I may as well go back. There you have it, right? So with this now, the funds have literally arrived as I got to the slide about Brian Benson. That was what, a few minutes. I can go and buy myself, some lunch if I wanted to, right? Put it on a crypto card, go have fun with it, whatever. Or I can go ahead and top up the agent and I can go ahead and do what our buddy's doing, which is go ahead and compound this. So you can see here, I've got Tether USD, 39 bucks. So I'm going to put that 39 bucks, have to do 38. There's some fees. Continue, confirm. It'll come up on my phone right here to confirm the transaction on MetaMask. Okay, cool. And then we'll go back and then we'll go on to a next stage where we'll see this balance increase by that 37 bucks I just put in there, right? So you can see how quick this thing is. Um, So Brian Benson, just moving on again, we've got like an associate of ours who is actually directly associated with Brian, right? Knows him very well, knows all of his background. I myself have done a lot of research on his background, and it is completely confirmed that this man right here, who is behind Aurum, which is the whole ecosystem that is running Nero and a few other things in terms of AI bots, he actually was the former managing director of Binance in Latin America. He actually built the Latin America Binance from the ground upwards completely, which is huge. If you don't know what Binance is, it is the one of the largest, if not the largest, cryptocurrency exchange in the world. So to build up a whole division of that just goes to show the credibility that we have behind like this actual project. It's just not anonymous. He's very visible, going across, doing huge seminars across the world, and left Binance essentially to do this for the belief in wanting to build something yourself. So the technology, the fintech technology, all the knowledge, the credibility is there, right? Um, so as I said, Quantum Alpha, right, is the first of either 5 or 6 agents that is coming to the Nero ecosystem inside of the Aurum ecosystem. So there's going to be some others that have different strategies, different opportunities at an institutional grade of AI that is completely accessible to all of us, which is fantastic. And the other thing that, me and Scott believe here is just the synergy between what we're doing as traders, right? Between AI, Forex, right? We've got some great traders on the board right now performing. And then this is particularly a trader in its own, right? This, even though it's just AI, it's DeFi, right? It's not with your usual broker, but it is actually another component of diversification that we all keep talking about all day long because diversification equals a nice balanced portfolio. This first quantum alpha bot definitely adds alongside the Forex traders that we're already trading with. And again, a multi-trillion dollar market in one and a multi-billion dollar market in the other makes for good synergy between the two. Performance fees we just touched on earlier, and there's something to note about this right now with Quantum Alpha inside Nero. Currently, it's in beta, so there is zero performance fees currently, right now. So if you get involved with Nero right now, you're going to have a zero performance fee. And then soon enough, they will add a 15% performance fee, and that will start being taken on a monthly basis, I believe. The start date is to be confirmed, right, on that. And then eventually we'll get to even what we're used to is a 30% performance fee, right? So, again, we're all used to these. It's funny it's got to a 30% performance fee because we all know what that looks like. And so we, obviously, if joined us more immediately, you're going to enjoy and take advantage of the zero performance fee with the AI trading bot whilst it lasts. Cool. So, as Scott said, $20 to join, right, which is going to give you access to the whole Aurum ecosystem to where these bots are. The minimum to even get the Quantum Alpha bot up and running is only 250 USDT. So 270 USDT in whole, right? If you're going to go and trade immediately after joining. The withdraw, as we said, is a 0.5% daily, or you can reinvest every 3 days and look at compounding towards a 50% plus month. You can withdraw seed capital at any time. Zero fees, zero lockup, zero delay. Just one click, and your DeFi wallet, it's right there and done, as we've seen. And let's just pop over right now and just refresh this for a second and see if we've reinvested it, right? You usually have to refresh the page itself. There we go. Okay, and now I'll be trading off this amount than the previous amount. So I've personally compounded this account. And so, yeah, Scott, do you want to go over like how to get started with all this? Because that's everything I got for everybody.
Yeah, so we started what a couple weeks ago with 1,000, and now we're at 1250 or something like that.
Yeah, like we actually
1246,
started over on May 8th is when
May
we
8th.
started here. And you can see the growth curve ever since, right? I haven't been taken out every 3 days in compounding completely. I did that a little bit later once I learned about our friend doing that, and I thought that was a great idea. And there's trading history all here, 17 pages worth, so you can see the volume of the trading is pretty immense. But yeah, since May 8th, we started with 1,000. That's where we're at right now.
That's some nice compounding. That's what one of our friends, Delroy, he just posted, people, Aurum is the real deal. I joined it about 8 months ago and used one of their other products to grow my BTC. So Scott, this is a good one. Thank you, Delroy, for
Fantastic.
your comment.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
absolutely true. You know, we have had, and many of you have probably heard of Aurum. It's been around for a while. Uh, we've been approached by leaders to join Aurum, and we have not done that until now. And the reason we didn't do it is because when it was first pitched to me, there were so many products that they were talking about that I felt overwhelmed. Like there was just too much going on. And then they brought Nero out of the testing phase and into beta, and that's what really got our attention. But here's what we want to do. Because Aurum is a very specific kind of organization, we want to make sure that everybody who joins us is perfectly positioned and optimized. And so we're not going to give you a link, click here, go join, and then we make a pile of money because you joined under our link. What we're going to ask you to do is go to whitehat.zone/P3. P3 stands for phase three. So this is phase three of our first three phases that we have introduced for cash flow, right? And so go there and you'll just simply fill out a form. And there's no obligation, obviously, but if you wanted to join us, it would be $20. And then if you wanted to fund your account with the Quantum bot, it would be $250 minimum. And I believe I heard through the grapevine that they're going to drop that to 100. So this means that every single person can join. And if all you can afford is $100 to start trading, I encourage you to get into the trading game. Our other traders, as Waggy mentioned, the Sentinel, excuse me, the Sentinel Suite, Meridian Prime, and others are performing sensationally. And so we asked ourselves the question, why would we want to bring in a competitor, right? Which is essentially a multi-level marketing organization to compete with our current traders. And the reason is because we practice what we preach. We believe in across the board diversification. We want to be diversified ourselves across multiple platforms, whether they be our own or something that someone else created. And in this case, Aurum created a sensational platform. They're making it impossible for people to not join by lowering the barrier to entry to such a degree. And look, even if you don't aren't ready to fund an account and get into the game of trading with us, do yourself a favor and fill out the form, whitehat.zone/P3. When we will then contact you individually to position you in the forced matrix. That is what we want to do. Instead of just having a pile of people come in, as is normally done, we want to make sure that you're positioned strategically so that you get the most benefit out of this. And let me tell you why I want to do this. Because this is one of those things where even though it's multi-level and nobody likes multi-level marketing, right? Except the big players. And you don't want to introduce someone to something because what if it fails? Then you've got egg on your face. Well, this is such a low barrier to entry that it's very, very likely that you're going to want to tell Uncle Joe or your brother Jim or your sister Sally, right? You're going to want to tell someone. And so it's best to get positioned with us right up front while we are rolling this out and introducing it to the White Hat group. Because even though we have like 77 people on the line right now. I'm actually blown away because we didn't really even make a big deal about this. So having 77 of you to join us this evening is really, really, I'm really grateful for it. So that's how I would suggest you do it. Every single person knows how to fill out a form. So if everybody fills out a form to get more information, to get in touch with us so that we can get in touch with you and offer you a position, and the position, the money is not going to change. It's simply a matter of positioning that we're doing right now. So head on over there, whitehat.zone/P3, and that's it. We'll be in touch next week, maybe as soon as tomorrow, to start getting you hooked up. Anything else? Last minute words of wisdom, Waggy?
Oh no, that's fantastic. Yeah, just if you go submit to your form, we'll get your special link to you as soon as possible, along with step-by-step training that will guide you every step of the way. And if any of you get stuck, you know we're here.
And you know we do it better than anybody else. We got the
That's
trainings,
true.
we got Waggy, we got Jazz, we got Steve, and we got a whole network of people working with us, for us, and who support us. And that's obvious from all the other programs that we've introduced. Thank you very much for being with us this evening. We'll catch you later.
Thank you, guys. Good night.